Hey, I'm Tobias. Welcome. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my favorite spiritual books. I've always been fascinated with spirituality and God and self discovery. So, over the years of reading, I've come across these 9 books that have really resonated and the ones that really speak to me and that have helped me experience a little more inner peace. So, here we go. The first book we have I Hope I Screw This Up by Kyle Cease. Such a light and humorous, playful approach to spirituality. For me, I tend to take things way too seriously. So this one really helped me to break down my barriers and to go quite a bit deeper. Uh, I really appreciated one of his metaphors in here, which is ice and warm water. The ice is a representation of all of our false identities and the stories we attach onto. And then the warm water is basically who we are. It's our authentic self or our soul, however you want to classify it. And the more we stay rooted in who we are, the more all the false and all the stories that we create, they melt away into who we are. So, yeah, that really worked. He's a big proponent of meditation and allowing. Yeah, Kyle Cease is also he's just such a great speaker. So if you really resonate more on that front, I highly recommend looking into him. Yeah, I hope I screwed this up. Next book we have Out of Your Mind by Alan Watts. Alan Watts, he was a very prolific writer and speaker. He passed away in the 70s, but he really was well known in all the Eastern religions and philosophies, incorporated that a lot in his teachings. In this one of the big things that I got out of it was that you can't improve yourself, because in his words, there's no distinction between good I and bad me. Think about that. Yeah, he really helps you get out of your mind and to change your perspective. So look into Alan Watts. Also check him out. I'm sure he's got plenty of like his old lectures on YouTube or podcasts. So Alan Watts. Next book we have Life Visioning by Michael Beckwith. He goes over his 4 levels of consciousness or ways of being. The first level is to me, which is a very victim state. Life's happening to me. It's very blaming. The next level is by me, which is a very motivational, I create my own destiny kind of vibe. And then the next one is through me. Through me, for me, is more of a channeling phase. In that one, I'm very into creativity and writing, and I'll have experiences where the creative genius is flowing through me. And then the next level is as me. And he talks about as me more as just this higher state of consciousness where you're just kind of present with all. Now, I can't say that I've really experienced a whole lot of the 4th phase, but yeah, anyways, he gives such practical but also spiritual wisdom throughout the book. Yeah, it was very profound, very different ideas with his 4 levels that I had never heard of, but so good. Okay, next book we have Loving What Is by Byron Katie. Loving What Is, for me, one of the big proponents that I got was that it's not your responsibility to let go of emotions or thoughts, but rather to stay present and realize that eventually, as you stay rooted in who you are, your thoughts and emotions will fall away from you. So just, a subtle but big change for me. Byron, she also goes over her 4 questions. That's one of her big methods. So whenever you're dealing with the challenging thought, you go over 4 questions to get to the deeper truth. The first question is that true? Second question is that really true? The third question is, how do you react or feel when you have that thought? And then the fourth one is, who would you be without that thought? Yeah, super profound stuff. Some people would classify this more as psychological, but for me it was much deeper. Obviously it's on this list as spiritual. Loving what is. Next book we have The Music Lesson by Victor Wooten. It's a fable about an up-and-coming musician who's in a place where he's really struggling, and then he meets this quirky, wise mentor who really reawakens his inspiration for music and gets him back to like the root of why he loves music. It's so well written. It's got such beautiful prose. Yeah. And you go along with the story and you learn these life lessons and such depth about spirit and inspiration. If you're into creativity at all, and see that as being, very spiritual, man, this is such a gem, such an amazing book. Oh man, I can't recommend this enough. Next book we have The Breakthrough Experience by John Demartini. John is really the master of values when it comes to understanding what is most important, meaningful, and valuable to you. He will just deliver and help you understand that. When you think about values and you think about it as like a hierarchy of personal priorities, the thing that is highest on your value is most inspiring. And then that inspiration for me is very spiritual, because inspiration, if you break it down, is in spirit, the spirit that is flowing within. But using that in a practical way and understanding your values. John also talks about his story, which is very relatable and also kind of emotional. In the sense, he talks about his learning challenges, and then eventually he he dropped out of school, and then he eventually met one of his first mentors, Paul Bragg, and he had this vision that kind of set off his life. It's just very touching, and that's one of my favorite parts of this book. Yeah, The Breakthrough Experience. Next book we have The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. For how short this is, so powerful, so profound. Some of the best writing I've ever read. It's so poetic and so deep, it's so beautiful. I'm in awe that he even wrote this. It's a fable about a prophet or a wise man who's at a point in his life where he's leaving, and the whole community gathers, and they're really just asking him questions about life. And he offers his wisdom about love and work and parenting and just all these different concepts. And each one is separated into each chapter, and it's so profound. Yeah, check this one out. If you purchase it, I would highly recommend getting a nice copy like this. I think the first one I got was kind of flimsy, and I highlighted that one, and it was really, but then I wanted more of a coffee table version, so this is a great version. The next book we have is Ken Wilber, Sex, Ecology, Spirituality. This is, for me, I selected this one. I've read quite a few Ken Wilber books, but this one was really his masterpiece, where he first dialed in the integral approach, or the integral method, where he just takes all these different philosophies and religions and sciences and incorporates them all together. You really need to dive into Ken Wilber's work to really understand what his model is, because it's quite comprehensive and intellectual. But if you if you really like understand it, you could use that to apply it to so many different things. He did a lot of different science and research on meditation, which was amazing to me. He talked about a big concept for me, which is transcending and including. A little example would be you go from like egocentric to ethnocentric to world-centric. He talked about levels of development, states of consciousness. The states of consciousness were really fascinating to me, where he talked about the waking state to the dream state to the deep dreamless state to the non-dual state. Anyways, yeah, he's got some stuff in here that will blow your mind. And for me, like the length of this really helped me to really earn it, because through reading, man, I just had some meditations that were just so profound and deep. Anyways, Ken Wilber. Later on, he wrote Integral Spirituality, where he really outlines his integral method a lot better in this one, just because it's later, where he has more of an understanding of it. This one was phenomenal as well, but check out Ken Wilber for sure. Okay, last one, we have The Dance by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. Most people are familiar with The Invitation. I don't know if it was her first book, but her most famous one. So you might recognize her name. I'm not going to talk about that book because I'm talking about The Dance. So profound, such great prose, so well written, such amazing stories of her life. In this one, a lot of it for me is really just about getting beyond the self-improvement concept and really realizing I don't have to be better or different or more than who I am, and really just accepting my essential nature, and realizing that the purpose is to just unfold. And yeah, she just explains it so well. She's got some poetry in here that it's so deep and it just works so well. Really resonated with me on such a moving level. Yeah, The Dance, highly recommend this. Her stuff, so short and profound. Yeah. Okay, that's all 9 books. Let me know what you guys thought. Comment down below your thoughts, and if you have any recommendations, let me know as well. And that's it. Peace.